Hello, I'm Lucas Roberts, the motion graphic designer here at ATCO Energy. You might also know me from a 2005 performance of Hamlet in a community center basement. Otherwise, I'm really thrilled to be here today with celebrating ATCO's 10-year anniversary, and we've brought along some of our longest-standing employees. Today here I have Ryan from the Blue Flame Kitchen.
Hello, Lucas. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Ryan.
I really wish I would have caught that performance in 2005. Hopefully you have some video.
If you weren't just hanging around a community center basement, you probably weren't going to catch it. But I'll have you know, I was actually Hamlet.
That's amazing.
So to be or not to be engaged in this lovely interview.
Let's break out the VHS tape and watch that.
Oh my God. I wish my parents had a copy of it. They didn't love me that much. Don't worry. But this is about you. This is about you today.
Okay.
And I want to talk to you a little bit about your career and like coming and joining ATCO Energy. And, so tell us who you are, what do you do, and how long have you been part of the team?
Well, my name's Ryan Roque. I am the manager of Culinary Systems at the Blue Flame Kitchen. I'm coming up on my 14-year anniversary in July of this year. So yeah, it's been a good run here at ATCO. Amazing kind of how it all started, but here we are today. It's been great.
Well, I mean, 14 years, that's a bit of a run. But that means that you're here right at the birth of ATCO Energy. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like right at the beginning? It
came together pretty quick, kind of when we heard about it. Obviously, we weren't hearing the high-level details until things were kind of ironed out. But once we heard about it, I feel like things started moving very quickly, people getting hired, meeting new people, and all kind of leading up to the press conference at the Blue Flame Kitchen at our downtown location back in that day, where Nancy held a press conference to talk about ATCO Energy and coming back into the energy market. So it was all pretty exciting, but it was a big change for us as well at the Blue Flame Kitchen. We were part of ATCO Gas before. We switched to ATCO Energy. We had started learning about the energy market as well. I didn't really know much about gigajoules before, so we started learning about that. We would have to talk about it a little bit in our classes, just talk about intro offers that were being put out into the market and stuff like that. So it was a learning experience for all of us, for sure.
So now your cooking classes are both sous vide and how many gigajoules in your sous vide?
Yeah, maybe.
That's good.
How
right?
many gigajoules will you use in this instance? Luckily, we didn't have to do any of the math to figure any of that out, but it became part of our intros and kind of closing remarks in our classes. So, there's a little bit of marketing on the recipe packages we would give out at that point as well. So people would ask us questions after the class, not just us as the chefs, but, the people working at the front desk at the time were actually signing people up for ATCO Energy. So it became a whole thing for everyone at the Blue Flame Kitchen to learn about. But I could see why they would put us together. It's been a great partnership with ATCO Energy and the Blue Flame Kitchen and kind of go hand in hand, making people happy at home.
That's happy. I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me about some part of your role that brings you the most joy.
These days, I do spend more time in the office than I used to, which is fine. But I really like interacting with everyone in the kitchen, not just the kitchen, but kind of our baristas, our front of house servers, at events and things like that. We have quite a diversified staff, a lot of different age ranges in there as well. So it's always interesting, you learn about people's culture, what they eat at holiday times. That's always fun for us to talk about. So I feel like I kind of learned a little bit. Maybe I learn a few new words I can use at home with my kids and they think I know what I'm talking about, or vice versa. Probably not on either front, but maybe I'll think that anyways. But it's just that interaction with people, you have a lot of people. It's long days in the kitchen. We have a lot of great personalities, people that like to have fun, tell jokes. So we try to keep it light and have some fun while we're also, making sure we're doing a great job as well.
You got like a full plethora there of ages and cultures. And
yeah, definitely.
You bring it all together in the kitchen and get to bring it home and tell your kid that something is Kuji? Is that still cool?
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't want to say what's cool or not, but often I can tell by the eye roll I get.
There we go.
Whether I should be using that term or not.
It keeps you young, right?
It does. I'm trying anyways.
Is there any standout moments or projects or milestones that felt like impactful looking back on that 14 years?
There's been a few. We've tried so many different things over the year just to kind of figure out what was going to work best for us, until we got over to ATCO Park and got through the pandemic. We were trying a whole lot of different things just to see what would work best for our team and our space we were working out of. So I think of some of the, I don't want to say crazy ideas, but just some of the things we tried. We did a dinner on the side of a cliff in Cochrane one day in the summer. We've done a couple of farm dinners at Poplar Bluff Farms, where we used to take our summer camp kids out there as well. We've done classes in the middle of a mall in the center court where I was mic'd up and there was people up in the balconies looking at me as we were trying to teach people a class.
Were you cooking?
We were cooking. We couldn't really cook, but it was more like knife skills. We were doing things like salad rolls, things that you could make without actually using heat.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of a crazy thing, loading into the mall, bringing everything in there, setting up. Definitely felt like a lot of eyes on us while we were doing it. So, they give us all these ideas and we just try them out and see what worked. We used to spend a lot of time on CTV Morning Live doing cooking segments and global TV, which we don't do as much now, but that was a big learning step for me as well to be able to do that. It's when I kind of look back, it's all the different things we've tried over the years that have kind of led us to this point where we're focusing more on our cafe business, our events business, and our cooking classes right now in the ATCO Park space.
So, I mean, that brings us up to like today and kind of like where Blue Flame Kitchen has kind of evolved. If we're looking to the future, what do you think is next?
Well, I mean, that's the $1 million question, I guess, right there. What we're focusing on now is we know our cafe as super strong business. If you come in there at lunchtime, you can barely find a seat. None of us ever thought that would be a thing when we moved to ATCO Park and saw how big the space was. We never thought
massive
we would fill up all the chairs at lunchtime. So that's been super exciting to see how great the cafe team has done. We know our events business gets super busy in Q4, but we'd like to see it get busier for the other 3 quarters. So we have a lot of dates. We can do events at night. We can do events on the weekend. So that's exciting to see how that grows over the years. Mm-hmm. And then outside of these walls is kind of our next step. We get a lot of people asking if we can get holiday meals up to Edmonton for Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So that's something we'll look at. And then external catering, what we can do outside the walls of ATCO Park. And just see how much we can grow that and where we take that. Who knows what could happen next on that front.
Who knows?
That's the exciting part, I guess.
That's the exciting
right?
part. Is how much it's sort of like it's sort of evolved and changed over the 14 years. I feel like that must keep it exciting at least.
Yeah, it does. It seems like we're always growing. So we get to a spot, we start getting a bit more comfortable, and then let's push the boundaries again and see how we can grow, keep things moving.
I mean, I feel like with all that change and all that evolution, it's probably created some like real learnings. Like, what have you learned over the time working with ATCO Energy and Blue Flame Kitchen, that merging of those two?
I mean, for me, just on a personal level, I've worked for corporate hotels, but you're not really in the corporate atmosphere. Mm-hmm. So just learning more about corporate life and being closer to all the people at ATCO Energy that work up on the floor and do all the different things that happen in there. That's been a huge learning for me. And also just nowadays, things are more digital, obviously. So when I was doing my apprenticeship, we weren't doing anything on computers as far as inventory, and the point of sale system was pretty old school back then still. So I've learned a lot in my role, just kind of tying all the digital things to the cooking world, which is not always easy to do. There's a lot of moving parts in the kitchen. The onions get used in a lot of different recipes. So trying to track where everything's going has definitely been a huge learning experience and ongoing as we speak, for sure. So as we grow, some of those challenges grow as well. So that's been a huge learning for me, especially the last few years.
But I mean, that's a lot of learnings. That's a lot of change. I mean, over that career. If someone was joining today, what kind of advice would you give them?
For me, especially with young people joining, it's always just, you could say this for most industries too, is just to keep an open mind. I know sometimes people come out of school and think they've learned so much, but you're really just starting your journey at that point. So I think keeping an open mind, especially, cooking, people have different ideas, right? Like maybe the way grandma taught them, maybe the way a chef taught them. They have different ways of doing kind of the same thing to get to the same end goal. So you kind of have to learn from others and see what works best for you as well. So I think really keeping an open mind and just being ready to work hard is going to get you pretty far in most industries.
I think that's good advice for anybody in any role. I mean, I remember an interview that JP did on CBC, and he was talking about putting his turkey in a paper bag.
Yeah.
And that was the most insane thing I'd ever heard in my life. But it's a great learning to sort of bring that into my day-to-day life. It's supposed to be delicious.
Right. I thought that was crazy too, but
Okay,
it turned out
good.
It worked out.
Great.
So that's the kind of thing, right? You would, maybe in my younger days, I would just shut that down immediately, but then we tried it out and it actually worked pretty good. So
that's great.
You never know what you're going to find out there.
Well, I just got some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I think so.
There's a timer on this. We have to get this done very fast.
Okay.
So the pressure is on.
I feel it.
The stakes could not be higher right now.
All right.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Sweet or savory?
That's tough. Savory.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Nice. Controversial food opinion?
Controversial food opinion. I don't think McDonald's is very good.
Whoa. They mastered the Big Mac. Best superpower?
Best invisibility.
Oh, okay. Hidden talent?
Hidden talent, can play quite a few instruments.
Whoa. Okay. Anyone wants to start a band, you know where to come. A song that always energizes you?
Lovely Day by Bill Withers.
Oh, nice.
I love that song.
That's a jam.
Yeah.
Hobby?
Hobby, well, I like to say cooking at home, but I would say more of the riding motorcycles, dirt bikes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I think I learned a lot. I always love just chatting with Ryan, whether it's down at the Blue Flame Kitchen or when on the weird various projects we get to work on together.
Yeah.
This.
It's always been good.
And I'm happy that everyone here could watch and sort of sit in on this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, I was happy to be part of it. So always good talking to you as well, Lucas. Thanks.